Welcome to the Sports Rifle podcast. Each week, we embark on a journey to celebrate athletes, coaches, club administrators, and officials. So, in each episode, we try by all means to bring you a guest with a unique story, experience, or a lesson to share. And today, we have a very special guest. I think one of the things that I remember about this player a couple of weeks ago was was the words she said. She said, "I'm leaving the game of hockey with nothing but great memories." This is a player with over 18 years international experience of the game of hockey, and she recently announced a retirement during the Central-South Africa Qualifiers. And the most exciting thing about this player is that of all the 18 years that she has played the game of hockey, she scored the first goal for the national team during the Central South qualifiers. And this was in her last game for the national team. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy this interesting interview.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Natasha Hess. I am one of the Zimbabwe women's hockey who have just completed the tournament for the All Africa Qualifiers, of which we finished winning the tournament, placing first. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Natasha. So do you remember like the first time you started playing hockey?
Yes, very much so. That was many, many years ago. The very first time I actually got introduced to hockey was when I was in grade 3, when I went to Whitestone Primary School in Bulawayo. So from the time I picked up my first hockey stick and hit a ball, I had a passion for it. Both my parents actually represented their country in hockey as well. So we've come from a very sporty background, and I guess hockey was in my blood from there. And I just played it at junior level, and then progressed on, and have had several coaches in my life in the junior aspect, and I just grew into having a passion for hockey. To be honest, all sports really at the junior level, but I did have more of a passion for hockey from junior level.
Okay, so let's talk about playing for the national team. Do you actually remember the first time you were called to feature for the national team, and how was the feeling? How was the feeling being called to feature for the national team?
Yeah, so going into national team, from junior level you go up into the senior level, and I represented Zimbabwe for the Zimbabwe schools, right from under 16 all the way through to 18, and then I was currently I just left school. My first year out of school, and we had trials for the Zimbabwe Ladies team, who were actually meant to be going off to the All Africa Games, which were being hosted in Nigeria. And I remember being selected with amongst some of my other close friends who were similar ages of myself, and it was a bit of a surreal feeling, to be honest. Being 18 years of age and have just left school to be selected into the national women's team was a huge achievement. I was extremely proud and extremely happy, but at the same time very nervous. And especially because I had never really left the country, and we were now going to go and compete in the All Africa Games in Nigeria. didn't know what to expect, didn't know, what level of hockey I would be playing against or competing against. So yeah, it was a bit of a surreal, but it was a great excitement. And yeah, I was very thankful for the opportunity from 2003, really. So yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's nice. So do you have any idea of how many international capes you have for Zimbabwe?
Um, Roughly working on it, I probably between 20 and 25 caps. Bearing in mind, like I said in my retirement speech that I posted before this tournament that we played in, that I have been representing Zimbabwe since 2003, so for 18 years. However, there have been those moments where we haven't been competing in tournaments. And then I also did take time off because I've had 3 children. So if I calculated all my caps with all the tournaments that I've been on, you're looking on average five games a tour. So yeah, anywhere between 20 and 25.
So of all the games you have played for Zimbabwe, which one do you think is the most memorable game or tournament?
Yeah, I definitely think this tournament that I have just competed in, purely because there was such a closeness with the group of girls that we played with. I think also because I knew going into this tournament that I had to give my all and play the best I possibly could play, because it was my final tournament. But not only that, it was a tournament that we'd had at home. I've never played in a tournament where I've been able to represent the country on a home ground and have my family and friends come down and support it. So this has definitely been one of the highest, the most memorable tournaments. But to be honest, as well, the Nigerian tournament, my first tournament that I represented Zimbabwe in as well, has also left good memories within my career, because it was a great experience. The hockey itself, I'd never played at such a high competitive level as that. To go into that's also got great memories of. We were there in Nigeria for 3 weeks, so the team bonding, the different sports that we could have gone and watched. That's also just left such a good memory within my memory bank. But I'm certainly going to walk away from this last weekend with very good memories from this last weekend.
Nice. I actually know also one reason why this tournament was so special. I mean, you scoring the winning goal the day you are retiring. I mean, that alone actually is so special. So you recently announced your retirement from hockey. Looking back, what challenges have you faced as a hockey player, and how were you able to overcome them?
So the main challenges I found really were financial challenges. As Zimbabwe hockey players, hockey's never really been a known sport. So to get sponsorship has been very difficult. So if you wanted to go on the tour, it was really, you had to go through all the various selections. Once you were selected in the team, it was up to you to find your own funding. So I found that extremely difficult. Not only myself, but as a team, if you couldn't afford to pay, it was heartbreaking, because sometimes we couldn't have the best team going forward due to financial constraints. And then some of the other challenges I have found is that time away from my family. It was a lot of commitment, a lot of time for fitness, for training, for team bonding, team talks. all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's my job as well. You know, I'm a full-time teacher, so to take time away from that, I found it quite challenging, but very supportive. My family were very, very supportive. I'm just very lucky, and so are my colleagues at school. So they helped me overcome that challenge with the timings and being away from everybody and everything for so long. Another one was obviously the various coaches, the various coaching styles, and how one coach or a coaching staff, you know, a group of coaches, and how they impact a player and their roles, and how, you know, sometimes how they can uplift a player, or sometimes how they can actually, you know, really, really ruin a player. So yeah, just with those challenges, I found you got to just take what they say and take it in, learn from them. Even though you may not agree with what they have to say, you still got to take what they say on board and do the best that you can, because it's not about you as an individual; it's about you as a team player.
Nice. So you recently mentioned about having to stop playing hockey just because you had kids to take care of. Like,
Yes.
tell us about some of the challenges that you've faced as as an athlete and also a mother, and how have you been able to overcome this and still play hockey even after you had given birth?
I think with regards to that, I just my my children have grown up knowing that I play hockey. They've been very supportive, and actually they're also quite interested in hockey themselves. You know, so over the weekends we will go out into the garden and we'll play and hit the ball, and I can coach them and give them some sort of grounding with regards to playing hockey. Being a parent and playing a professional sport, as well as having a full-time job, was very challenging, very tiring, very emotional as well. You know, I did find myself at some stages getting to the point where I couldn't do anything properly, whether it was focusing specifically playing hockey, or specifically being a parent, or being a coach and a teacher. So I had to wear several different caps in one day. But I'm just very grateful that my children are young enough and they understood. And my husband, he's a great support as well with regards to my job and my hockey career.
Interesting. So, like, what would you say are your biggest takeaways from taking part playing hockey? The biggest takeaways from playing hockey?
Definitely all the memories. All the memories I have had, the friendships that I've made throughout the various teams, the various coaches that have come into my life and impacted me and have taught me and coached me to the player that I am today. Just everything with regards to hockey itself, you know, the sport itself and how it's developed, and also where we've come from. I mean, if you had a look at this tournament that we've just come out of, Malawi hadn't played an international tournament for 48 years. You know, they came into this tournament, and yeah, unfortunately we beat them 11-0. But looking back, that's where we were. When I was in Nigeria, we played South Africa. I played against T. Kutsi, one of the greatest South African forward players you'll ever meet. And we lost to them 19-0. So I know exactly what Malawi feel like. And, you know, we were once there where they are. But we have progressed as a nation, as a country, as a team, to improve ourselves. And we've jumped up the rankings bit by bit, slowly by slowly. And it's just, being a part of that has been the most amazing feeling ever. And it saddens me to say that I'm going to retire. But, you know, there's there's a lot of juniors that are coming up, and they've got great individual skills. They've got a great team bond, and this team going forward is going to do wonders, and it's going to surprise everybody. I'm just glad to be able to step back and say I was part of it, and I want to now see them grow, see them be the champions that they all can be.
True, Malawi did have a tough time from being defeated by Namibia and then to being defeated by Zimbabwe. I truly hope that they take these defeats as lesson and they come back stronger. So
absolutely.
Now that you have retired from hockey, what's next from you? What should we expect from you?
Well, I'm not fully retiring from hockey. I'm still going to be involved I'm looking at obviously continuing playing masters, and then still just play social hockey here and there where I possibly can. But also, I want to give back. I want to give back to the hockey family to just share my knowledge of what I've got. I am currently a hockey coach at Chesapeake Senior School. So I'm coaching school level as it is already. But I'm going forward. I do hope that I can get involved in the schoolgirls Zimbabwe teams first, build my confidence from there, give back to them what I've learned and what I've gained, and then slowly but surely work my way up as and where they need me. Really, I'd like to just say that I'm here to be utilized, and I hope that they can utilize me in various places.
Definitely, we are looking forward to seeing you one day coaching the Zimbabwe Ladies hockey team. So, what are your dreams and aspirations for hockey as a sport in Zimbabwe?
Going forward, I just hope that they get the sponsorship, the support behind them. You know, they've now qualified for the All Africa Games, and to be successful in these kinds of tournaments, we have to continue with the training. We have to get involved with our neighboring countries like South Africa, Namibia. We have to get involved with test series to develop the players so that they know what it's like to go into a tournament prepared and ready for a tournament. This, you know, once you've with the experience, my experience that I've had, we play a tournament and then we have a huge long break until our next international tournament, and then another long break until our next international tournament, and it's so detrimental to us as a country, because we have so many good hockey players, and if there's nothing happening within the country, within our borders, we tend to go overseas and start playing overseas, and you're going to lose some of your really, really good hockey players. So going forward, I just hope that we can maintain, you know, these test series, have many test series, and then they go into these big international tournaments ready and prepared, and they can actually show everybody exactly what Zimbabwe hockey is all about. Unfortunately, the only way that that's going to happen is if we get sponsors on board and help and support.
Nice. This is a call to the corporate world to come on board and sponsor the hockey, sponsor hockey as a sport.
Absolutely.
So, Natasha, if you are to meet a young person today, a young person who is talented, who one day wants to play hockey just like you, what advice would you give to them?
Believe in yourself and don't give up. You're going to come across hardships in life, and it's how you turn those hardships into positivity, and how you've got to just keep fighting and keep going till the end, because you never know what you're capable of achieving. For example, this tournament that I've just played in, I was playing a back, and I never ever thought that I would ever score a goal. That was my first international goal that I have scored. Obviously playing for 18 years, and then it was my last international goal. So the opportunity is there. You've just got to have self-belief in what you're capable of doing.
Nice. So before I go, I definitely have to ask you this question. It's about the goal, actually.
Yes.
On the day you announce your retirement, you score a goal, not just a goal, but your first international goal for Zimbabwe, and the winning goal for that matter. How does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh, it is the most amazing feeling. I have never ever felt such pride and such joy within myself. When I injected, I knew when we were awarded the short corner, I was the injector for the short corner, and as I was lining up the ball, I just kept saying to myself, this could be it. This could be it. Fight till the end. And I injected the short corner, the ball, and when the goalie saved the original shot, I turned and I saw the ball and I was like, just dive for it. You have to just go and do all that you can, just dive for the ball. And yeah, I connected the ball and it went into the back net, and just lying there, all my teammates came up and were cheering with me. It was unbelievable, because I didn't believe that I had actually scored the goal. Then the rest of the game, we were just trying to maintain the win, blow the ball down, just keep possession of the ball. And it was a great effort from the rest of my teammates. We could not have done it without each other. So as much as I want to take all the glory for the win and putting in the goal, it was also my teammates that helped me get there. They were the ones that we built the ball up. They pushed the ball forward. They were the ones that got the short corner. So I will obviously take the goal because I put it in. However, it was my team and my coaches. Just the encouragement, the enthusiasm, the spirit that we all had that day. It was just, it's actually unexplainable how amazing we feel. And to come and win a gold medal. I mean, the last gold medal was won in 1980 with the Golden Girls. It's just that sense of winning, like beating Namibia. It's the most amazing feeling. I actually can't even explain it. I'm still on cloud number 9.
That's great. For me, it's actually the fact that you had played for 18 years without scoring a goal.
Yeah.
I'm asking myself, how did you actually manage to continue playing without scoring? And it finally happened. And I mean, your story is such an amazing story. And I hope that all your dreams and aspirations, they come true.
Thank you.
It has been amazing chatting to you.
Thank you very much. It's been great to chat to you too.
I hope we also get to have a sit-in the next 2 years when you will be coaching a big team, and maybe abroad, maybe with the national team at the World Cup or something.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what God's path is, hey?
Okay, Natasha, any last words you'd like to say?
All I've got to say is that I wish the team that's going forward to the All Africa Games next year, I just want to wish them all the very best, and the coaching staff. And I do hope that we can do a big shout out to some of the corporates and get them involved, because without them, they will get there, but it will just be a huge help having sponsors behind the girls. And I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time to chatting to me today.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for taking time out to tell us about your story as a hockey player. Like I said before, your story is so inspiring, and I know for a fact that it will change lives. And once again,
thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please share it with others. Post about it on social media. Leave a rating or a review, and always subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest notification whenever we post a new interview. To catch the latest African women's sports news, please do visit our website, which is www.sportsrifle.com. Thank you once again. I'll see you next time. Bye.